Hello everyone, this is Endgame Arts. We'll do another unboxing of the breakdown of the demo. This is the Super Robot Wars OG, the Moon Dwellers. This is one of the 3 of the special games I want to talk about that isn't rated. If you notice in the unboxing video, there was no rating, there was no indication of age restrictions or anything like that. And I always find that quite interesting. To get in, this is another import game, as well as that it's fully in English and fully in menu acts. It's all in English, beside from voice acting, which is all in Japanese, but there's English subtitles. This is one of the, I believe this is the only Super Robot Wars English copy to ever be released with fully in English. I just found out they also did release a Super Robot Wars 5, which I will try to get into that when I can at a much later date. Moving on, there was an update for the game for 7 gigabytes, and it included the archive mode you see right there. I didn't remove it because it was just the archive mode. Archive mode, but basically it just gives you a rundown of older, past Super Robot War games. Now, I have no actual connection with the Super Robot War games. There's been quite a bit of them, and this game is definitely somewhere later on in the series, and I don't know anything what's really going on, so there's a lot of backlog story you really have to involve yourself with to get an idea what's going on. But the game is mostly consists of a tactical RPG style, like the Gundam game I just covered a while back. I will leave a link to that game at the end of the video for you guys. But it's kind of like where you build up an army, build up your selective characters, and you have your robots and mechs, and you put abilities and equipments on them and stuff like that. It's pretty much just like the Gundam game, and somehow I can't almost feel like it was made from the same developers. Maybe I'm wrong. Just certain functions seem like it was the same ones from the game, but maybe because they're just using the same formulas. I mean, if it works, it works. Why not everyone use it? So I can't argue with it. But the problem is I've been trying to get a lot of time to involve myself in this game. I just can't seem to find the time as much as other games. So I'm trying to give you a quick rundown and give this game a bit more awareness, so that way the game doesn't get too high a price for you guys to get a copy, because I don't know what's going to happen with this game. It could just stay around for a while because not too many people know about it, but once it disappears, it could become incredibly expensive to get a copy. I don't truly know, so it's up to you how you want to look at it. But the Super Robot Wars Moon Dwellers is more of an actual story than like the Gundam Genesis Generations game, where this is actually about a story where you're actually playing this game's story and you're revolving around it. Now, I do like this game's like cutscenes and dialogue. It's almost like a dating sim, if you want, or a visual novel, if you will, style, which I've always gotten pretty used to it. The only problem is there's no faster way to skip dialogue. You would be mashing the circle button quite a lot to skip through all the dialogue if you've already read something like that. There's no you can push the right D-pad to all the way over, and it'll make the auto skip, but it's not very fast at all. But the artwork is really nice. I think the sprite the detailed characters look really nice. I particularly really like them. But moving on to battle. Battle plays pretty much like a tactical RPG. You got your mechs, you got your troops, and you try to battle it out with them, and then each one has their abilities, and you got to use them at your efficient way. The game is not a humongously graphic game. It's a simple game. This game is also on the Vita, so as well as the Gundam Breaker 3, as well as the Gundam Generation Genesis games are all on the Vita as well, and there is fully English copies as well for those games as well. So I don't know if I mentioned those in the last 3 unboxings of these games, but all in all, I can't say that this game is not super good, but I can't say I hate the game. It's just I haven't dedicated truly enough time to play this game, and I wanted to get this video out to you guys. It plays, like I said, just like a noble tactical RPG, but it has like conditions where you can get a bonus if you fulfill these special conditions, as well as it's got like a special beginner mode to give people who don't have a lot of experience with the game, or tactical RPGs, or this type of game, a little bit more easier chance, and the game won't get ridiculously difficult, because later on in the game, you will come across some pretty challenging matches, and you better build up your comfortable team and how you want to play it. But the game is still easy to pick up for those who need to just get an idea and have some fun with the game. It morely consists of, like I said, a straightforward strategic battle where you just you progress. It's kind of like I said, a storyline. Well, something like the Gundam Genesis Generations, like where you can just replay certain battles to get stronger. This one is a progression of story, so that's why it can make it a little bit harder, because you can't go back and train at these areas. So, Nate, it's all about how you want to progress with the game. So, I would highly recommend if you don't have any experience with the game or have any knowledge of the game, or you're just not really good at tactical games, you might want to start it at that beginner mode. Because even at later parts of the game, I always even get a bit of a challenge here and there. But the game is not as expansive as I would hope. It's basically all held by a hub, kind of like a vending machine where you buy your abilities and equip your abilities. Every time you get done with the mission, you equip your abilities and stuff like that. It would have been nice to have like a break room, if you will, like somewhere you can like relax. Like I said, I tried to play as much as I can, but I did want to get this video out to you guys as soon as I could because, as I said, I'm worried that if I take too long, it'll be hard for you guys to get a copy. I don't know if there's going to be any English versions or American release. I doubt it, because this, as well as a game that's nowhere, it does not exist in the PAL or Western space area, because it's not even on PSN or anything like that. You can't even buy DLC for this game. So, like I said, if you're really interested in the copy, you might want to look into it. But the cutscenes, the battle animations are really nice. Some of them they're really over the top, and they do take a while. But luckily, you can set up a function where it does not play the cutscenes for you guys. You gotta always make sure to plan how you're gonna use your attack, what your abilities are, what your chance of hitting, are you gonna defend, evade, how you're gonna play it. Like I said, it plays a lot like the Gundam Genesis generation game. It's just more of this more follows a more over like a original kind of style instead of following Gundam style, which depending who you are, it depends on how you might like and how you want to go with it. I can't really argue with either direction with it. But, as I said, it's a good little game, if you're, especially like you're someone like me who really is into tactical RPGs and likes to build up an army and stuff like that. This is one of those kinds of games for you. As well as I'm a big collector, and this is one of those games you might want to consider collecting due to the sheer fact that it's all in English, and you don't know too much what's going to happen with it at a later date. Because these kinds of games, especially Japan games and imports and truly all in English, they can become quite super rare, and some of them could just not even, you'd be surprised, are not worth nothing at all. It's just one of those things. And sometimes like these games like this, Moon Dwellers, may not look like it'd be something popular, but that's scare people who out there who would really want a copy, and then later on you're going to be like paying outrageous a lot of money just to throw a simple game onto your shelf. So that's the hardest part when you're trying to recommend something and then tell somebody about something, because it's like I don't want to tell you to buy it, but then you might want to keep it on your radar and keep an eye on it if you're interested in it. I know that's not really about the game, but it's just the game is pretty much how you see it is as is. It's a typical tactical game. It's just what it is. I can't really put more to it. Is it would I recommend it or not? I'd say most likely if you're gonna buy one, I probably would get the Gundam Genesis generation. It just seems a little bit more easier to pick up and go, because then you don't feel like you're so left out, because like I said, you're so far into the robot wars that you feel like there's a lot you don't understand what's going on. But that doesn't mean that the game can't be enjoyed, and there's a lot of background stuff, and they do all that stuff, and they got that update to give you the archive mode if you're interested in that, but that's not on the disc, so bear that in mind. But it's like 7 gigabytes, so if you don't want that, don't get it, because it's not worth your time. It's a big update. As I said, it's an interesting game, and I enjoy it. I'm glad to have it on my shelf, and anybody who's a collector would be proud to have this on their shelf as well, because it is an interesting tactical RPG, and I do see it becoming something that a lot of people are not going to be aware of it even exists, as well as this next one I'm going to try to get, Super Robot Wars 5. Now, there's other games I will be covering here more, as well as imports and stuff like that, because I love trying to bring out these games that you don't know about, or you don't even know it even had a physical release. So, as always, if you really want to keep up with these kinds of things, I highly recommend to subscribe to my channel, because I will try to cover these obscure games as much as I can. But as all things, this is coming through my own pocket and everything like that, and time and everything. So I don't know if I can cover everything. So, but if you know about a certain game, if you know a certain thing or something like that, or you want me to look into recovering something, then go ahead and mention it to me. I will look into it, and it's great to hear your guys' feedback and your ideas and stuff like that, or games that you think that I should cover, or you wish that I did say something about. I'm always listening, and all your guys' opinions are amazing to read. So I'm sorry, that's a little off topic about the game. So, but as always, I will leave links down in the description if you're interested in a copy. As always, I do recommend it if you're a collector, but if you're not a really collector and you're looking for a tactical, just a game that you're more of a tactical RPG, then I probably would recommend the the Gundam Genesis generation. But that doesn't mean you should push this one to the side if you can ever get the time to get it. So, thank you all for watching. Hit that like, subscribe button, and if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.
A クラスターゲット攻撃開始。
開始成功。やるじゃない。
予測データが正確だったからな。お前たちが何度地球圏へ現れようと。
エンジン出力グレーゾーン。
イグニション。イグナイトファイク。もう一撃。とどめ。
任務遂行効率低下。